Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff today. We're going to talk about consensus, Ethereum, and the latest updates for gains. Vess, how are you doing today?
I'm alright.
You sound all right. I'm surprised I can
Okay.
speak because consensus is usually you yelling at people without thumping music and trying to tell them about gains and avoiding the people that are high or on drugs.
Okay.
So really an interesting experience. So let's talk about gains first. Let's talk about what's going on here. So, all right, guys. So we all saw the latest biweekly update. Some of you may know we've qualified for the STIP bridge with 2.25 million ARB, and we'll kind of talk about where that's going to go here in a second. The G Bros were at consensus. As of yesterday, we were at consensus, several of us. I won't name names to protect the guilty and the innocent, but there were G Bros there, and so there's a thesis I have here. When you meet a G Bro, they are truly a bro. Like really, I could like leave my kids with any of the G Bros I met, and everything would be fine. And my car keys, my house keys, my Ethereum validator, I could leave that with the G Bro. Everything will be fine. Okay, so it might have fallen over, got knocked down. You know, the Ethereum validator. I might find it at the bottom of a staircase, but it's going to be completely on accident. They would never hurt me intentionally, right? So we were in Austin. I'll talk about that a little bit. We covered the decimal place trades in the last episode. We can now pull out 69.420 trades all the time, forever. If that's your strategy, you can make it happen at gTrade. So we've got the partials update is in audits. Okay, so as soon as it's out of audit, I guess it goes into time lock for 2 weeks. Vess, is that accurate? Boom.
That is actually not accurate.
No, it's not accurate. Oh my god.
It's inaccurate. It's actually 3 days.
3 days. That's it. So
Yep.
I can't say 2 weeks every day until it launches.
I guess you can say it.
But I'll
you
be
can
wrong.
always say it.
I'll just be horribly wrong.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, if you count the audit and I don't know, account for any last minute changes.
Yeah, gotcha. Maybe 3, make it 5 days.
So it's like it's not only the contracts, it's also the rest of the code base that has to be updated, like the back end and the front end and
All the
everything else.
Yeah, there's a wiggle room in there for sure. Are we getting audited by Pashoff this time?
I can't say actually.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll keep it a secret.
Yeah.
I'll take it to the grave until it launches, and we got to tell people. So,
Okay.
we know we talked about not token. That was last week. It's just mooning incessantly, and it's
very,
making me mad.
It's very confusing when someone talks about not, since the ticker is not. So
It can be.
at least it takes me like an extra second to understand that okay, they're talking about the ticker and not the word not, like
They're just trying to ruin the English language. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Just awful. If you can't get it, it's a ton blockchain item, ton Telegram network. Okay, so Layer 0 RFP, the team has submitted for token distribution based on usage of the custom OA app token entity bridges. I don't think anybody knows what that means, Vess. What does that mean? What's going on there?
Yeah, so Layer 0, like they do cross-chain stuff, including like bridging tech.
Yes, and we use them.
Yeah, exactly. Like gains.trade/bridge is built upon Layer 0. It's sort of like a bespoke thing, but it's built on Layer 0. So we spent like a few days, or I don't know, applying for whatever it is. Yeah, and I don't know what's gonna happen.
Can I use the word? Can I use the air word?
Yeah,
Is it legal?
it's like
Okay.
it's an airdrop.
Yes. Okay, we can say airdrop. I didn't know what the lawyer said, but
okay. I don't know
so
either.
we might qualify based on how many times we bridge back and forth. So if you're Schizo and you were bridging back and forth on Polygon and Arbitrum between your GNS tokens, then you might be eligible. All right. Next up, we have B. B is expanding into the Anglo-sphere of community work. So she is coming over from the Chinese side of things and continuing to work on the community side. So everybody welcome B. Get ready to vote. Part of the bridge grant includes community grants program. All right, so you'll see that in more detail soon.
How
And then
mysterious.
how mysterious.
Yeah.
Then the V8 update from the devs. There's updates of Dune and the subgraphs. The preparing for partial smart contract partials review, we covered that. Spreads on close conflicts. Okay, well they're fixing it apparently. gTrade credits
That's
whitelisting
just
feature.
conflicts is just like if someone is working on a version of, let's say, a file, and someone else is working on the same file, and let's say they changed the same part, then it becomes a conflict. So you have to
No more.
decide. Yeah, so you have to sort of decide what to keep and what to not,
Right.
what
I'm
not
gonna
to
have to
keep.
tell the dev who writes this to do this part in English because I mean, this looks
But
like
I
English.
I
It
can
sounds like
I can
English.
I can explain it too for the
But we don't
most part.
always have you on Twitter. Like, can you actually narrate what this means? And we'll put a little voice file here, and you can
But
narrate like all this part.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, for people that are interested, I guess they they know what it means. Otherwise, I guess they can just ask someone, and we'll be happy
Point
um
them to you.
explain it. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I'll just be like, talk to Vess. All right, so here's
yeah.
our little article, our post on the 2.25 million ARB recipient. All right, so I'm not going to go into the docs. I got the docs kind of pulled up here, but we can kind of talk about it quickly here. 80% for trading incentives. So if that was anything like last time, we're going to have feeless trades or something along those lines, or have reimbursements of those fees that you would normally pay. 15% for G liquidity vaults and GNS DEX liquidity. So we know that we need some more liquidity in the G token vaults. So we've got our GETH, for example. If we wanted more liquidity and we encourage it, then if you were locked in the vault and you said, hey, I need to get out of the vault, I need that Lambo today, you could go to Uniswap and swap your G ETH for regular ETH because there's liquidity, right? So that's why we want liquidity there. So you can get out of the vault yet still be locked in. And somebody else has your vault receipt now because you just traded it away for your G ETH. So that's what that is. And of course, in general, GNS liquidity, we want that too. We want to be able to get in and out with low price impact. And then, of course, 5% will go to community builders on gTrade. So stay tuned for more details. So innovate, build, thrive. There's no period here, but there's a rocket. So
Yeah.
LFG, let's do it. So that's really cool. We're really looking forward to this, and it's going to just, traders. There's a certain segment of perps traders that are out there looking for rewards, and we're going to get them back. We're going to have another chance to show them gTrade with its latest version, with partials, with more functionality, with the 3 decimal places, 69420 trades are now possible. They've wanted that for years, I believe. They've wanted it for years, and now it's here. So all that stuff, all the smoothness and all the stuff, if they haven't visited us for a few months or even more than a year, they come back. I hope that they're shocked at the quality of the product. So really excited to see that going live.
Yeah.
And if you want to read it, we'll post this in the chat here. Here's the final. That's a lot of words. I can't read all. That's a lot of words, dude. That's
I
a lot of
mean,
words, bro.
a lot of it is just like reporting on the previous step. So you don't have to read it all. You can just scroll down to where it says something like plans for, I don't know. So it's
It's just too hard to find
uh,
right now. It's just too hard to find. There's so much. But did you notice? Did you know that this is not this man's real name? He's not a Joseph.
yeah,
I learned at consensus. It's pronounced
yeah.
Yoop.
Yep.
Yoop. Is it French? Is it Yoop?
No, it's Dutch.
Ah, well, Yoop. He's a Yooper. So Yoopen Stroopwafel, and what else to learn? The antwoord is not the right way. That's a slangy way to say the answer. We've been educated by the premier Dutch G-Bro Rick, who is part of the business development team. He said all kinds of fancy things in Netherlandic words. I guess that's Dutch. Is that correct? Is that accurate? And he
Yeah.
schooled me. He schooled us all. on the Dutch language. Very cool to meet Rick in IRL. So let's jump into some news. I've got a few things to touch on and some things that will affect your trades here in the short term and maybe in the midterm. So Biden vetoes crypto bill. Some people blamed the kind of the meh start of the weekend with the fact that the Biden administration declined to support this bulletin SB 121. Right? There's a whole lot of stuff I don't understand in this thing, but it's supposed to make it a little easier for banks and other entities to custody crypto. So this was passed in bipartisan commissions, and of course they stomped it out. So good on us. Well, we're going to kick him out. I would like to show you this very sophisticated image that I shot at Consensus, right?
Yeah,
A lot
that's
of
very sophisticated.
it is. It's very. Oh, I mean, look at the tone of Handwarmer's body. Did you know that's what he looks like inside that bag? I didn't.
I didn't.
Like, you turn
No.
him inside out, and this is what you get. I mean,
Okay.
he's just ripped. So what you're going to see is a lot of Handwarmer's adventures here in the next few weeks. He had a lot of adventures at Consensus, and we're going to kind of talk about this. So one of the other sophisticated things that we saw at Consensus was this McLaren. I mean, Bess, have you ever seen anything so amazing? Like,
No, I haven't.
I know, right? I mean, the
I would
person who drives this down the road is richer than you, and they know
has
it, you know it, and they've got Doge all
yeah,
over it. McLaren is at
yeah,
least a
but
$200,000 car.
yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't be that impressed by it, to be honest. I would
Oh man,
have other feelings, but none of them would be positive.
none of them will be positive. Okay, so, oh man,
It's
but
very, very
this
cringe car.
this is, I don't think it's cringe. I think it's just the height of. I mean, I want to pull up into this
You
into the
know,
five
you know,
star Michelin restaurant, and
but
you
you
should have seen
know how,
the dressed man who came out of this.
yeah, I'm not sure I want to see him, but
I could show you pictures
you
later.
know, yeah, you know how people say that, like, if you drive a big car, then you know, then you have some like physical uh deficiency or size.
I've heard
Uh,
similar
yeah, so
things. Yeah.
yeah, so you know what I mean. I think
Yes.
this is the previously unknown level above that in
This is
terms of
really discovered.
in terms of what you can tell, um like you can tell about the person from the car that they drive. I think this is even worse.
But he's
I
sipping
would
champagne, and I'm not right now. So
Yeah, but
darn
I
it.
mean, I'm sipping 7 Up, but at least
Pretty good. Yeah, the
at
7-Up's
least
very good.
I mean, I don't have that car, but at least I have some, self-respect.
Some
And
7-Up and 7-Up.
yeah,
You have
yeah,
that.
and
So
7 Up.
you have your human pride intact and 7-Up. This guy's got none of that. He's got
I,
wine,
I wouldn't
women
I
that are
wouldn't be
unimpressed
caught
by him, but
dead.
hold him, but are with him for his money, and the Doge McLaren. A McLaren, not a Lambo. He bought a McLaren. Okay. Anyway, so let's
Yeah.
go to the next thing. See, I had to figure out what it was because I saw the symbol on the car, and I saw it was a swoop. So this is how I discovered that it was a McLaren, because otherwise I couldn't tell what the heck it was. I mean, it's fancy, but yeah, it was a McLaren. There you go, the swoop. So let's talk up next. So what did we do at Consensus? What did the Gains Bros accomplish, right? So that's something that a lot of people wonder. We go to Consensus. This is the second year we've gone to represent the product. But what happens at Consensus? So let me tell you a couple stories, guys. So basically, Consensus is a super expensive, very large group of crypto nerds that come together and talk about their products. There are product workshops, there are after hours events, there are on hours events. So while the Consensus stages are open, there are still events going on outside of the venue. And then there's the nighttime events, and then there's the total degeneracy of some of these things that happen, right? So there's a lot that goes on at Consensus. In theory, you go there as a team, you get a booth. We don't have a booth, but you go there, or you just troll the convention, find partners, talk to new people, and network. And that's what we did. Big hats off to Rick. He is a natural networker. He's just
Yeah.
Dutch and strong, and he's just like he's really built. So he when he goes up to gains and like flexes his chest a little bit, like the shirt that he wears just pulsates a bit. So
Okay.
so he's a big dude. So anyway, so we've got the Dutch Master Rick going around and kind of doing some BD with us. I don't have all the details on everyone who he talked to because he talked to a lot of people. So did our colleague, our well-known colleague named Sam. He talked to a lot of individuals as well. So we've got those two doing their thing. And at some point, I'll get an update as to what they've found or what partners are now part of our ecosystem because of their work. So excellent work on their side. What does someone like me do, and what does someone like our other G Bros do? So let's keep it aside from the team. I was there. Rick, Sam, part of the team, but the other G Bros who aren't part of the team per se, they still came and rep. So I'm going to leave them anonymous. But we all went around and just spread the word, spread the gospel of gTrade. We talked to numerous partners, and very interesting things happen in different venues. In this one here, the Belmont, for example, we went and got invited to the Galaxy Night. This is one of our partners from a while back who helped us have a little campaign. And we talked to people who had actually told us they were on the Discord asking for help, business development stuff, so forth and so on. But because there's so many scammers, we don't often always acknowledge them, right? I mean, there's a lot of people that come out of nowhere saying, I need to do this, or how do I do that, etc. Can we have a partnership? But no, we actually met one of these individuals here saying that he was on our Discord, but didn't get a response. So maybe we thought he was a scammer. But in real life, we exchanged
Uh,
details. We learned about what
yeah.
his product does, and we're going to point him in the right direction. So I'm really shocked at how often we run into situations like that. If you remember last year's consensus, we had people say that Luna Man ghosted them and they were angry. So thank goodness Luna Man didn't come. He would have been jumped that last year. But all kinds of things like of that nature happen. So we met people from advertising agencies, we met builders, we met bot creators, we met other individuals that are asking how they can build on gTrade. And of course, we could tell them now that V8 is launched, we could point them in the right direction. We could tell them about the smart contracts being composable, all the good stuff. So there's all that going on. A lot of word spreading from every team member and every bag volunteer, because mind you, all of the other people that are here have a bag. They want to shill their bag, and this is the place to do it, while there's usually free alcohol as well. So I was here in front of Sergey again. Right, I got to shake his hand again. I tried to give him the hand warmer, but Coin Telegram literally whisked him away straight out of Kitco. I was like to the right of this guy taking this picture. I thought of several things I could do to expose Handwarmer to more people, including throwing him into the scene while trying to take a picture. But
Okay.
had I hit Sergey, or knocked the water on the woman, or in general caused the problem and been kicked out of consensus, never allowed to come back, Sergey might be mad. So I decided not to do that. But I did take a picture, which we'll post here later on with Gainswarmer. So Sergey was there. We saw a lot of partners. We had a lot of fun doing so, and just a ton of networking, Vess. Now, Vess, do you have any questions for me about consensus? I don't know if you do. You don't have to answer if you don't. You could just say no. But is there any burning questions you have about what the team did, what we saw at
Um.
consensus?
um. No, I mean, I've been in like meetings and stuff about what's happened, so I know a little bit. But yeah, I mean, you could describe, like, I don't know, describe a typical day
Oh,
at
typical day. Okay. So there I am, minding my own business, right? We're walking around after hours and we're out till like 3 in the morning.
no,
It's just nuts.
you have to start when
At
you
the
wake up.
beginning?
No, you
Oh,
have to
okay.
start, like, describe the day from, like,
Okay. I wake
you
up.
have to be, yeah, yeah,
I wake up. Here's the
that's
day.
what I want to
This is
hear.
beautiful. This is perfect. I wake up. Here's my day. I wake up. Nobody else does. Everybody's still sleeping because they were out till like 4 in the morning. I wake up. I put on my shirt. I go meet one other G-bro at the convention who's actually up early and has standards and strength in life to wake up at a reasonable hour. I head into the convention center. I walk around aimlessly looking for people that I might know. I find some partners. I talk to different product vendors, and I get to know more about things like USD3, which is an upcoming stablecoin. You never know. We might have a USD3 vault one day, or it might become a popular stable. You just don't know. So I try to learn about the different products coming out. I see the bit warmer, and I want to kick it over. It's just so stupid sitting there in its booth. I hate the bit warmer. It's just, you're not going to make your money back mining Bitcoin with a space heater in your house. I want to kick it over, but I don't want to get kicked out of gains. I don't want to get kicked out of the convention center. I did forget that, of course, you're practically strip searched at the beginning as you walk through the bars. And by strip searched, I mean they like let you walk through the bars and they kind of rummage through your backpack. Now,
Okay.
for your information, everyone, my backpack has a secret compartment for firearms. It literally does. And they never opened that secret compartment. I did not have a firearm in the convention center. I did not. But I put my backpack on the table. They opened it up. Of course, there's a giant stuffed bird in it. So they're like, okay, this is normal. And they push the bird aside, look in the contents of the backpack, and see that they barely look. I should say they barely looked at the contents of the backpack with no flashlight. There could be like a black Glock 19 sitting at the bottom of your backpack, walking into consensus, and they wouldn't see it. But aside from that, they close the main compartment, and I walk through, get my backpack, thinking, they never opened the secret gun compartment. How many people at the convention center had secret guns on them? You just don't know. You just don't know. So you go in the convention.
Yeah.
I said we wander around, we do this or that, and finally the rest of the crew wakes up. And to be honest, the convention itself isn't where a lot of the BD happens, right? It's different individual appointments, different individual meetings, and it's just good to be at the convention center, but it's definitely not where everything happens. So if you're thinking, oh, some of the G bros were sleeping, it's not a big deal. We go out after this, go for lunch. We go to a place that won't let us in because we have one too many party members and they can't fit in a booth. I would have sat in somebody's lap, guys. And then we just keep going to different events after events, such as the Galaxy event. We went to Arbitrum events, we went to Chainlink events, we went to Galaxy events. We went all over basically. And these events have free food, free alcohol. I'm not a big drinker. I don't drink. And then we just kind of rub elbows with other people who are interested in our product or want to know what we're about. Right? So at nighttime, we walk down 6th Street going to more events. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. And what happens as I walk? To my left, a man has a hand warmer. A bummish man.
Okay.
A man that does not look like he should have a hand warmer is walking past me with a hand warmer. My fellow G bros, I don't understand why this man
But
had.
wait,
Please go on.
where did he get it? I mean, I've seen the picture. I know what you're referring to.
We will show it to everyone
But
at some point on our
okay.
Twitter. But here's what I
Okay.
think happened. I noticed I was walking without my hand warmer, which I brought with me everywhere that day. And I was like, oh crap, I forgot my hand warmer at one of these random bars we went to. We went to like 500 of them to meet people. I don't remember where I put it. I guess he's gone. And then literally, as I think this out loud, I look to my left, and to my horror, my utter terror, I see this man walking past me who does not look like he smells nice, walking with a hand warmer right past me. And he is making faces. He's putting it in his arm. He's putting it against his face, doing unspeakable things to the hand warmer. And I don't know which of the G bros decided that was a good idea, but they were obviously not man enough to carry that bird themselves because they were scared of it. I guess it looks like a stuffed kid's toy. I carried that bird everywhere all day, and then that bird's fate is now in the hands of a really unsavory gentleman.
So yeah. So basically, someone that doesn't have like a permanent address and
Possibly
might struggle with
good
money.
decisions.
Yeah, good decisions.
He now has a hand
But
warmer,
so-
and in theory, he has an NFT too. He has an NFT as well.
Okay, so because I thought that you somehow, one of you told him to like hold it so you could take pictures.
At that point, what choice did we have? I had to take pictures. I wasn't going to
But
fight
so
this man back.
okay, so you you don't know how he got hold of it.
I still don't. I will have to ask everybody
That's
to explain exactly in
I mean,
detail what
what
happened.
happened? Did you make an attempt at, like a rescue operation or something
No,
to?
I didn't want to get a needle stick injury, so I just took pictures.
Ah, yeah. Okay, yeah. Maybe that's prudent. But so didn't you have like I don't know, like 7 or 14 hand
16
warmers?
hand warmers, yes. So I did give
But
away
what?
a few. I've got to find the
Okay,
rest. So some of them went with the team who
okay,
didn't have them, who's going to take them to Europe, and so Rick, our BD guy, took a few with him, took a few shirts and
okay.
business cards, so he can spread the
Yeah,
love of those hand warmers in Europe.
yeah.
But
There's another event in Europe soon.
yeah,
I think in
the
Belgium.
ladies loved those hand warmers, specifically the Asian ladies. There were the
Okay,
only people. There was a white guy that came and said, "Where'd you get that?" And really big white guy, really nice guy, really friendly. He loved the idea of the hand warmer. But then there's the Asian ladies. For some reason, that face, that face kills them. They just can't get enough of it. Like this is
yeah.
what they want. They just, oh, so sweet. Who gave you that merch? And I actually left one at a hotel and took a Telegram account to say, okay, if you want one of my majillion hand warmers, please go pick it up at this hotel because this guy is going with me for photo ops all day.
Okay.
But then at the end of the day, of course, what happens to him? He ends up in the hands of that man. Instead of at least somebody that's familiar with crypto, no, it went to the hands of somebody who has no idea what it is. And
Yeah.
I know you're
I don't,
curious. We will show you on. I will have something up on Twitter soon. So
yeah.
that's the typical day. Okay, one of our days ended at a very nice restaurant and continued onward to the middle of the night where we discussed the tokenomics, discussed the product amongst ourselves, and just kind of hypothesize of what's next for gTrade. What can we do to accelerate it forward? So, if you can come to Consensus 2025, I think it's in Toronto or Hong Kong. Please reach out to us and get yourself ready because
Wait.
it's a lot of
So
fun.
it's not always in Austin, or?
I guess not next year. I have to find out more, but it may be out of the country, out of the United Los Estados Unidos. It might be gone. It might be out.
So because tickets are like, I don't know, tickets are kind of expensive, right? Like
Uh,
over 1K or something.
about that, about the
So
tickets. You can literally
so
just
are
walk in,
yeah,
and some
because
of
you
our
meant
members did so.
okay, because you mentioned that like a lot of the connections and action is actually happening off campus, or
Correct.
uh
You don't need the tickets to have a lot of time spent with us going to the different meetups because even the
yeah.
places that made you register, you or I or that man with the hand warmer could have walked right in. Like literally walk right
What
into 80% of these places.
you okay? So yeah, I suddenly I have a lot of questions, but you told me to ask questions, so
Yes,
it's this is on you. Um, did you attend any of these things, or did they even happen? Like did they pit
they
different?
did happen, but
Okay,
apparently one of our members wanted to see a specific crypto gentleman fight, and they canceled their
okay,
fight. So it was
okay,
not as exciting for him or for me because I didn't know what was going on. So we did not go to Karate Combat. I kind of wish we did,
okay,
but we actually went to the Galaxy event where we actually did work. Here at the Karate Combat, we wouldn't have done work. We would not have talked to anybody about gains. We would have watched crypto people fight really badly. So I don't even know if the
okay.
venue looked like this. This looks very fake, but um, so we didn't go to that, unfortunately. All right. So what
So
is your next
uh,
question?
okay, so like what happens if you if you meet like a competitor? I'm not talking specifically about us, but like if if I don't know, some other.
Bella? What happens if we
No, I
see
mean,
Bella?
yeah, no, I mean, like if two projects that sort of like competitors, if they meet in consensus, what happens? Do they start? fighting, or do they, you know,
I think
are they
cold shoulder ignoring is what happens really. Like we just
okay?
don't talk to them. It's not.
Okay.
I wish we could have 6-shooters and just be like, "Hey, I heard what you said about us on Twitter. You know you're in my
Yeah.
town, right? Touch your iron.
Okay.
You know, grab your iron. Something. That'd be better. If especially if I had a really big mustache and a cowboy hat. But no, that didn't happen. It's kind of cold shoulder ignoring. I did see
So
one competitor that was incredibly nerdy. Like it was just, I was like, okay, I hope you're not the lead dev because I would quit immediately. Like Seb is probably like a young Chad man with a mustache, right? And he works out, he kickboxes, he does Muay Thai. That's the dev I follow. This other dude that
I
I
mean,
saw walking around, no, I'd be like, I quit on the spot.
okay.
You're my boss. I quit. I can't follow this man. So you need an inspirational leader, and some of these devs did not have it. Some of these teams did not have inspiration on the floor. I think we had some
Okay.
pretty inspirational people. Yeah, we had Rick.
Did
We had some other people that were really buff. I mean, Gaines was represented well.
so I imagine, since like the the price of like literal admission is kind of high, I imagine that a lot of projects spend a lot of money on like creative ways to draw attention to themselves. So my next question is, did you see, something super spectacular that probably was very expensive, except for that car with
Well,
that you showed?
myself, I would say no. So if you walk the show floor, sometimes you have really nice booths. For example, last year Tron had a complete booth that was inside the ceiling, the walls, the 3 walls they had were covered in LED panels that popped out modularly because I saw them
Okay.
repair one. That was expensive. This year they had a tower made of cloth. So
Okay.
maybe they're trying to save money. I don't know. But last year their booth was way better. And so was Polkadot's booth. Last year it was way bigger. But I guess, the money runs out at some point and your booth has to be shortenedized. So,
Yeah.
um, you know, no, I didn't see anything particularly in the venue that was like mind blowing. The booths were pretty simple. The people representing the booths were pretty cool. People definitely talk to you. Um, and
What
get their business
what
out
about
to you. But
what about the rest of the city of Austin? Does like consensus completely engulf the, entirety of the city?
I mean, a
Or
lot of Sixth Street, I would say. If I could find on Twitter, I don't want to leave and go into YouTube, Austin, I'll give you all a little idea of what Sixth Street looks like at night. But more or less, yes, it does. So this did not
okay.
happen, but it could have, I guess. This is what Sixth Street
Okay.
looks like, and yes, a lot of the venues that are open have signs up that say "private event tonight, please no entry," and then the non-crypto people have to go somewhere else and fight in the street instead of in the bar, I guess. So, yeah, this is Sixth Street. This is
Okay.
what it looks like. Mind you, there's there is not. I did not see as many cops shocking everybody, but there are Austin cops everywhere. So,
Okay.
yeah, yep. Sixth Street is just an alcohol extreme, and I wouldn't go there myself. I mean, look at
Yeah,
this
this
martial
doesn't look
artistry that just occurs.
this
Just
doesn't look like a nice place to host anything in.
no, but the cops. I think there's a lot more cops preventing stuff like. Let's keep it off the air. It's got to be
Jesus
family
Christ.
friendly.
Yeah, yeah,
I think there's a lot more cops during the Sixth Street conventions. I'm sure we can go to any convention and there will be full of law enforcement because there's law enforcement everywhere when I was on Sixth Street at night. So I didn't feel unsafe, and I wouldn't mind seeing somebody tasered, I guess, but it just didn't happen. It just that opportunity didn't happen. I
okay.
would have loved to see a competitor like get blast drunk and then get tasered in the street and run over by a
Okay.
horse because they do patrol on horses, but it didn't happen. So maybe next year, maybe the Canadian Mounties in the Toronto consensus will beat somebody down and then run over them with a horse. So ideally, a competitor. But yeah. Any other questions I could answer? Or we could go to the next stuff I'll cover unless you have another
Uh,
burning question, or if the
no, I
audience
don't
has a
have.
question about consensus.
Yeah,
We
ask the
can go
audience.
back to it. Yeah, guys, tell
I-
Vess what to ask if you have something. When they do have something, we'll come back to it. Are they typing, Vess? Are they typing?
Wait. No, no one
Okay,
is typing.
we'll come back to that in a second if anybody has any burning questions. So, all right. So I saw some posts on ETH. Made this call at the bottom of the bear market. I don't know who McKenna is. I think he's pretty big. 87,000 followers. He's okay. ETH is on its way to 7,500, giving coming launch the spot ETFs. Okay, so that's great. We want it. I want that alt season to come trickle down into everybody. Hopefully, in my heart of hearts, I hope this happens. I hope DIP goes live, and I hope the first month of July that we get our ETFs and the money pours in, because at that point we have DIP going on for weeks, distributing fees to new players, new people trying us out. We've got people that'll be on returning to us for the first time in months. We're going to have our push for advertising, a very strong push. We're going to have our partials. We have our 3 decimal place trades. We're going to keep going. And this is going to be great if that all occurs during a strong Ethereum rally. So I looked up that. That was cool. They have already started to register the S1 forms, which is one of the next steps to getting the ETF released to the public, to release to the public investor. And while I looked at this, I didn't realize that Leslie is the mascot of Ethereum. Leslie has its own token. It's just a generic mascot token. I don't need to click on it or look it up. But yes, Leslie is indeed the mascot of Ethereum. You see Leslie when you try to go to the staking page and you've got to become a validator. Leslie's like guiding you through the whole process. So thank you, Leslie. I just didn't know you were a meme coin. I didn't know you were a real thing. You're just a rhino with an Ethereum horn. So covered that already. Also, guys, remember I keep reminding everybody, make sure you use Jumper.finance, one of our partners, if you need to bridge, because you keep building up those experience points. And again, they're going to be integrated in another way into our front end here. The underlying technology is called Li-Fi. So again, support our partner, and maybe you'll get an airdrop. I can't speak for them. I don't know anything about it. I just know I keep getting experience points every time I use Jumper. All right. Now, some interesting news in the greater crypto sphere. Pump.fun. Pump.fun. Y'all remember to Pump.fun? I could go back. They're earning $750,000 each day. They don't have a token. They're all private, but that's pretty crazy. And if you're not familiar with Pump.fun, we'll take a look. This is where you go to launch your very own Solana meme coin with just a few clicks. So as you can see, this is on fire and it's not stopping. I spent about 30 days away from my Solana bot, and there were like 290,000 coins launched since I last went into my new launch tokens Telegram for Solana. Like
Okay.
290,000 coins, dude.
Yeah, I remember you showing me this.
That's not sustainable, and that's not even like there's no way to make
But I mean,
it now.
if this is the rate they are launching at, it's kind of, I don't know.
It's impressive in an autistic way, but you're not gonna pick the right meme coin anymore on Solana. You're not gonna get on the base layer. Your odds of picking the right meme coin have like dropped dramatically to get
Yeah.
rich quick. Like it's just not gonna happen. I mean, we've got
Yeah, I mean,
oh
yeah,
my
it
gosh.
feels, like a literal lottery, when they say, people say that playing the lottery is just stupid because
Oh,
there's the
I'll play the
odds are
lottery.
so small.
This is
Sorry,
this
say
is
again.
probably just as small. I'll play the lottery. This is ridiculous.
But
There's
you
just
mean the actual lottery or the
I'd rather play the lottery than put my money in some of the Pump.fun
yeah.
meme coins. There's no way. And of course, this is Pride Month. You can see there's tons of Pride coins launching.
I buy
290,000 again.
sometimes I buy like once per year. I buy those scratch tickets that
What are they
cost
called in
like
Sweden?
they're called Triss,
Tris.
which means yeah, that was actually somewhat accurate pronunciation,
Thank
but
you. I
it
spent time
means
with a European this week.
it means what's the word in English when you play poker and you get three of the same card?
A triple, I guess. I'm not a
Yeah.
poker player. I don't know.
Okay, so it basically tris means that you get 3 of the same card. It's the same word as in poker, and if you like scratch 3 of the same icon or thing or number or
You
whatever,
win the
you
prize.
win. Yeah.
Yes.
So I
How do
mean,
y'all have a lot of like if you go to the register at a Swedish 7-Eleven, do they have like 1, 2,
uh,
3, 4 different scratch off tickets, or do they have like a rack of them?
no, it's been a while since I've been in a 7-Eleven actually, and or at least I can't remember. But I'm pretty sure that we only have, like, I don't know, 4 different kinds. It's not really that popular in Sweden, I would say.
Pretty sure we have like
Um,
50 at each individual register, 50 different types of
but
scratch offs, ranging from $1 to
so
$50 for scratch.
yeah, so the thing is, like, I buy
God
the
bless
ones that,
America.
I buy the ones that cost, I don't know, like $1 or $2. But the thing is, I think that it's somehow rigged because I when I buy them, I don't know, like maybe 60% of the time, I win, like either the same amount that um, the ticket costs, or like double that amount. And I mean, I don't know if it's just me, but like the natural instinct is, okay, this was kind of, anticlimactic, so I'll just buy another one. And then you you win the same amount again, so you just keep buying them until
Lose
you
$1.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, so it's, I don't
Uh,
know,
yeah,
but I only do it like once per year, on a whim, if
what's
I'm
the
at the
whim? What
register.
pushes you there? Like, do you look at your crypto holdings and be like, man, I'm loaded. I could
Yeah.
take this risk. I
No,
could take this
usually it's
risk.
like if something remotely, I don't know, like if I felt as if I'm unusually, unlucky that day, I usually buy it. Yeah, it's usually that prompts me to buying lottery tickets, like once per year. Although I think it was like, I don't know, several years ago I bought the last one, the latest one.
Time to try
But it's
again.
like, yeah, I mean, I know that there's like a 1,000,000 to 1 chance that I win something. So yeah, I don't know, but yeah,
Uh,
um,
Why? Well, why
I
take that risk when I'm about to reveal to you, coin, that instead of scratching off your lottery tickets once a year, you can invest in this coin and help your bro Brian out with the secession of Texas. Are you ready for this, Fest?
okay,
Are you ready to help
yeah,
Texas secede from the Union? All right.
yeah,
Representing
okay.
themselves. Thank you to one of our G Bros for introducing me to this product. I have their card. Texit coin is the coin, the mineable cryptocurrency driving Texas independence. Fast, secure, reliable. Join the movement today. Texit coin is a unique cryptocurrency developed specifically in the state of Texas. It utilizes its own blockchain to establish full control and tailor its economy. The future
Okay.
of crypto with Texas heart and spirit. Fast,
Are you
scalable, and
running a
affordable.
are you
Let's
running a
go in.
validator?
Oh yes, I feel inspired. How do I run a validator for Texit coin? How can I help fellow
This
Texans
website.
out?
I mean, I know that the white and red and blue colors do a lot, but this website looks so American uh,
Thank you.
to me.
Thank you. I'm going to click. Texit coin is your second chance at crypto. Bro, are you ready? It's your second chance. What's in it for you? Once our dedicated ASIC is online, freshly minted TXC is paid out to your wallet 24/7, 365. Sign me up. 1, 2 free. Share your experience with crypto friends and family. Oh, refer 3 and we'll plug another ASIC in for you. Sign grandma up. Limitless binary. Build out your network and acquire a point for each new ASIC referred anywhere on your team. Get 1,000 for 3 match points up to 3 times per week. Sign you up, Vess. You need to sign up for this. I mean, this doesn't sound like a Ponzi at all. Let me keep going. 254 block reward. Inflation crushing block is mined every 3 minutes. There's been no pre-mine. 3-minute spacing and a halving at 69 6,000. They should, you know what they should have done. They should have obviously did 690 420, but of course they failed. Okay, now let's get to the nitty gritty. There's 3 packages to choose from. Best, which one are you going to sign up
Of
for?
course.
Uh,
Yeah, I
one-time
have to
fee,
choose.
$9.95.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I
Which one?
think they want you to choose the middle one
The 3-pack.
because
What a
it's
deal! 3
yeah.
ASICs, 1500 millihashes of power, 1 affiliate tracking center, unique code, back office training and tools, 90-day hosting, electricity. So they host it in their own node pool, or a builder plan, only 8,000, 9 ASICs, 3 affiliate tracking centers, back office training support. Okay. I think, Vess, you are definitely a 3-packer. Please use my my code. Oh,
Yeah,
let's get
just
started.
DM.
Let's
Yeah.
dox ourselves right out into the open. Oh
But so
boy.
there are like 30 million people living in Texas, right?
Yes, there are.
So
There's
Texas is
there's
kind of, is it like, how does it compare to the other states?
I don't know.
Is
We're
it
better than
large?
them in general, I think.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay. I mean
however, you just did see 6th Street, and those are Texans. So I'm feeling a little sad
no.
right now.
Okay, so oh wait, largest state by population.
California, probably.
Okay, so yeah, California has you beaten. California is 39 million, or it had in 2020. You have 30, and then Florida comes at third with 23 million people. But so what's like what how do you buy, like, how do you buy this coin? Is it a layer
You
one or
I don't know. I tried to click on different things to go to their coin token name, but since it's its own blockchain, they've got to get a centralized exchange to host them, because I couldn't find it. The TXC coin is not on CoinMarketCap, or maybe it is, but it's not on Dex Screener. It's not on any of the tools I typically use to look up tokens. It's just not. So
maybe it's not
why
launched
not
yet?
why not join now? Just join now. Why don't you find
But
out? Let's just find
what
out.
do you get the ASIC or what?
I bet you it's in their warehouse. Like,
Ah, okay.
it's in here somewhere in McKinney, Texas, and that's it.
Okay.
Good luck. So,
Okay.
what other coin did I find a consensus that was just the peak of our ecosystem, just up there? How about Tuition Coin? Tuition Coin. Look, it even
Tuition
shakes for
coin.
you. Transforming rewards and engagement with Tuit aims to foster an environment that encourages learning, growth, and collaboration by offering rewards for academic achievement and engagement. Okay, so if I'm Jenny Jones, I have an account value of $23,000. Goals for the week, scholarship points, 23 days, a writing competition, scholarships. So you get to it. You get tuition coins for these different tasks you do, I guess. And
Okay.
I,
So it's,
I
you're basically, you have to be a teacher.
no, it's supposed to be for students though. It's supposed to help them pay for their college education.
Ah,
So
okay, I
I
see.
click on this, and like, why does this have such a decent chart? Like, what? I mean, that was bad, but now it's back climbing. Like, what? What should I
I
invest in
mean,
Tuitcoin?
yeah, I mean, not
Ha-
financial advice, but this aside, like, um, in contrast to all the other charts, this looks kind of, I don't know, stable.
What
But
happens if I
maybe,
invest and sell? What happens to the students? Am I rugging the students?
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, me neither. Like, what? I don't. Tuit aims to support children and saving for future education expenses, college tuition. So yes, they were roaming around the show floor, telling us about Tuition Coin. So if you're interested in Tuit, you can read the white paper or just flat out invest and then rug every student possible once the valuation gets to your desired exit point. and just sell as much as you can. I don't know what it's going to do to the why. What are the tokenomics here? I don't know, Vesa. There's 582 holders. Like why does it have a two? That can't be true. 2.56 billion market cap. Why is this one up here? Why is this
Right.
total market cap so fully diluted versus regular? I don't know. 313 million. Really? Really? Why
Yeah.
this probably makes zero money. Probably makes zero money, and it's doing better than a lot of coins. I don't know.
Yeah.
So those were some of the mind-blowing coins I saw. There was a lot of coins. There were a lot of sad people at booths that had nobody talking to them too. So you just don't know at consensus what you're going to find. You don't know what coins you're going to see, and some of the booths you just don't know why you should even talk to that sad little Asian person, not talking to anyone else. Like, what? Aren't you trying to be like pump your coin or talk about it? You just shouldn't you be approaching people if nobody's approaching your booth? I don't know. So yes, consensus. What a fun time. Did anybody have any questions in the chat about consensus, Vess?
No, no
Okay,
one
that's
has
fine.
asked anything.
That's fine, guys. We'll tell you. You'll see everything you need to know on the gTrade intern account soon, and all of our adventures will be posted on there. And
Yeah.
you can't find us. I'm not going to tell you where, but they took pictures of the G Bros. So they're there. We're just random people. This could be a G Bro right here. This is the kind of stuff to talk about. If
Yeah.
you're a consensus, expect your picture to be taken, but nobody knows. They're just here or there somewhere, and you don't know who they are. So if you can spot us on somebody's Twitter feed, cool, good job. I'm not telling you which one is which. So thank you very much, Vibro, for this show. I think that's really all I got to cover. Unless you have any last closing thoughts on any particular thing.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, that's your phrase. I don't think so. It's a good. It's
Yeah.
soothing and it's calm. So,
Okay, good.
all right, everybody. Thank you for coming to the show today. Appreciate you watching. We'll upload this to YouTube. Uh, we are looking forward to the next iteration of our climbing the charts. So see that soon.
Yeah.
Hopefully this next month. It's very soon, actually. Arb Grant, Arb Grant, Arb
Yeah.
Grant. All right, guys. Have a good one.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye bye.
See you, Brian.
See you later, Vess.